In today's video, I'm going to show you how to array in Inkscape using the Create Tiled Clones feature. But instead of building a full grid pattern, we're going to focus on creating clean horizontal and vertical arrays. This is perfect when you want evenly spaced rows of objects, icon lines, repeated shapes across a banner, or vertical pattern strips. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know exactly how to duplicate objects in a straight line with precise spacing and full control. If this video helps you out, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Inkscape tutorials just like this. Let's jump right in. Start by opening Inkscape and creating a new document. Once your blank canvas is ready, create the object you want to repeat in your array. I'll use the rectangle tool and draw a simple vertical rectangle, but you can use any shape, icon, or even text. With the object selected, open the Fill and Stroke panel and customize the color. I'll remove the stroke and choose a solid fill so the repetition looks clean and consistent. Remember, this original object controls every clone we create, so design it exactly how you want it to appear. Now make sure the object is selected, then go to Edit, then Clone, and choose Create Tiled Clones. This opens the panel where we control the array settings. Since we are not building a full grid, we'll keep things simple and controlled. First, in the Symmetry tab, make sure it is set to P1 Simple Translation. This ensures the clones repeat in straight rows or columns without rotation or mirroring. Now switch to the Rows and Columns section. If you want a horizontal array, set rows to 1 and increase columns to the number of repetitions you want. For example, enter 1 row and 10 columns. This tells Inkscape to duplicate the object 10 times in a straight horizontal line instead of creating a square grid. Next, go to the Shift tab. This is where we control spacing. To space objects horizontally, adjust the Shift X value under the Column section. Try entering 110%. This moves each new clone slightly to the right of the previous one, creating even spacing. If you want more space, increase it to 120%. If you want tighter spacing, reduce it closer to 100%. Keep Shift Y at 0 so nothing moves vertically. This keeps the array perfectly aligned in a straight horizontal row. Once those settings are ready, click Create. Instantly, you'll see a clean horizontal array of evenly spaced objects. If you change the color or shape of the original object, every clone updates automatically. That's the power of clones. Now let's quickly create a vertical array instead. Delete the previous clones but keep your original object. Open Create Tiled Clones again. This time set columns to 1 and rows to 8. This tells Inkscape we want a single column going downward. Go back to the Shift tab, leave Shift X at 0 and adjust Shift Y under the Row section. Enter 110% to create even vertical spacing. If you want a taller gap between objects, increase that value slightly. When you click Create, you'll get a perfectly aligned vertical array. If you ever want both directions, you can increase both rows and columns. But for clean arrays like menu layouts, dividers, or repeating icons, sticking to 1 row or 1 column keeps your design structured and intentional. Another useful tip is alignment. After creating your array, you can select all the clones and use the Align and Distribute panel to center the entire row or column on your canvas. This is especially helpful when designing banners or social media graphics. And if you want to make each object editable individually, select the clones, go to Edit, then Clone, and choose Unlink Clone. Now each object becomes a separate shape you can modify independently. As you can see, creating an array in Inkscape is incredibly simple once you focus on controlling rows, columns, and shift values. Whether you're building horizontal icon rows, vertical pattern strips, or evenly spaced design elements, this method gives you precision and flexibility in just a few clicks. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more step-by-step Inkscape guides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.